The sports you love, the teams you can't live without.
Get a sense of urgency!
This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone.
What you got Wednesday? What's the deal? Jake's got rules, Ben's out to steal. Bozo takes their spinning around. Flush it down, flush it down.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. We'll get to Win Ticket Wednesday in just a second, but did you see this report from, somebody in L.A.? Dalton Connect reportedly went into the Lakers front office and demanded a trade.
It's trade time.
Who was our guy with the Wizards who demanded a trade and was so not relevant? It's like, do you? You do?
Remember the 76ers had Firkin Korkmaz?
That's what it was. It wasn't the Wizards. It was the Sixers. Korkmaz.
Firkin Korkmaz. That's his real name. I'm not making up a name.
Okay, Firkin. You can save your trade demand, pal. If we could get you off this sticking team, we'd do it tomorrow.
Absolutely, pal. Tell you what, you and your agent, you go find a team, and we'll do whatever.
You holler at me.
Yeah, you call us.
Keep in mind, we can't trade you to Europe.
Buddy, we've called all 29 teams. Nobody wants you. But if you find one, you let us know.
By the way, and it's self-inflicted with the Dalton Connect thing. They have done everything possible to ruin that guy's value.
Yes, they have.
Since the day he stepped into the league.
And you know what's very funny is one of the reasons why the Phoenix Suns are having one of the probably most surprisingly good years this season is they've got Mark Williams, who was the player the Lakers traded Dalton Connect for and then rescinded the trade because they didn't like something about a physical that came back about his back.
Which was garbage. They got embarrassed by the reaction. They started getting clowned for making the trade, and then they got scared. And that would have been the perfect thing for the team. But what's his hair gel? Pelinka got frightened by the blowback.
Mark Williams is 24 years old. He's not the most, lob city center you're going to see that ideally you kind of pair with Luka Doncic. But he's 24. He's played 42 of probably their 46 games this year so far in Phoenix.
Twice the player DeAndre Ayton.
He's just a really good player.
He's tough and physical and all the things the Lakers aren't. All right, time for the for what you got Wednesday.
Good luck, Dalton Connect.
Where Ben and I go head to head in 2-5 selection drafts, one sports related, one not, and then we put it out for a vote. Who won last week?
Last week, best international Utah Jazz players. Ben won 80-20.
Booyah.
Best Matt Damon or Ben Affleck movies. Ben won 63-37.
All right.
So I've got the first pick in both.
Dang.
All right, what's our sports-related question?
In honor of Giannis, probably maybe going to eventually get traded, players who should have stayed with one team their entire careers.
Is there an automatic number one pick?
I think there is.
Really?
I wrote a name down. Maybe I'm not.
I guess I'll appeal to the local fans here. I'm going to go Karl Malone.
Okay. That's not who I had. Christian, did you think there was a number one overall pick?
I did, yes.
Karl was on my list, don't get me wrong. But the man Karl Malone lost 2 finals to was Michael Jordan, who
should have stayed on the Bulls.
Should have just been, had the greatest last shot in NBA history.
Yeah.
It's a famous...
No, I get it. I was appealing to the local fans.
No, it's not a bad vote. Karl is very high on my list. MJ was the name that jumped out to me.
I'm going to go with Jerome Rice.
You don't like Raiders Rice or Seahawks Rice?
No. The half-bald braids, Jerry Rice, on the other teams? No.
Yeah, Skullet Rice.
Yes,
cool.
No, he was a 49er. He should have stayed a 49er. That should have been a thing.
All right. I will go with his teammate, and I'll go with Bro Montana, Mr. Joe.
I thought about that, except for he went to an AFC title game with a crappy team. He actually had a pretty good...
Karl went to the finals with the Lakers, but I am with you.
But Karl was not as important to that team. He was not the number one, and he was hurt and all this stuff, and it didn't work out for him.
It did not.
And he left a $25 million payday on the table.
There are players on this list who I'm not taking specifically because they did have success at their next stop. Joe Montana, of these 4, had the most individual success. He was still good when he went to the Chiefs.
On a tangent, Mike McCarthy was hired by the Steelers in part because of his developmental work with Joe Montana in Kansas City.
It's a ways back.
That's what they said.
We really dug into his resume. It's not everything since then. Not all the obvious news since then.
Also, what did you have to do to him by the time he got to Kansas City?
Well, maybe that's a hint that they're going to bring somebody else back. Anyways,
All right.
you're up.
Am I up?
You're up.
Let me see. I'm going to go with Emmitt Smith.
Okay. You don't like the Cardinals, Emmett?
Cardinals Emmitt Smith was weird.
I don't know how to spell Emmett. I think it's 2 M's, 2 T's. Yeah, bizarre. And like one of the great Cowboys, you know. I had an argument to be the great Cowboy, and he didn't break the record in Dallas even, did he? Didn't he get the record when he was in Arizona?
Yes, I believe he did.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
That's really painful. Maybe he broke it in Dallas, but regardless, yeah, that is a painful final chapter. Especially Dallas. Come on, Jerry. Hold on to him. All right, I'll mix it up just because we haven't done baseball. Picking between two guys.
Shohei should have stayed an Angel.
I'll go with another Angel. I guess I'll go this direction. I'll go with Albert Pujols. Had already won 2 World Series with the Cardinals. Ended up playing for the Angels and the Dodgers. Really weird
Yeah, but
late
you know
stretch.
what? He signed like the biggest contract
did.
in baseball history
get
to
it.
go play for the Angels.
I get it.
I mean,
the
honestly,
Cardinals were smart, though. The Cardinals were willing to say goodbye to a superstar that they said, this dude is washed. And for the most part, he was.
not for the most part. He was. He was a genius. That was like a 10-year deal.
Yeah.
It's like taking him until he was 45. I don't know. I didn't consider Pujols because, man, that guy cashed in.
He cashed in, yeah.
I'm going to go with the dream,
Yeah.
Hakeem Olajuwon. Just stay in Houston, Hakeem. Retire in Houston. You're a rocket. Where did
what
he
did Toronto
go?
have to offer you?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
What did Toronto put on the plate for you that you felt like you absolutely had to be a part of that? All right, I'll go local. I'll take a local angle, and I'm going to take Mr. Damian Lillard, whose bad stretch in Milwaukee did nothing to help his career, and he recognized it immediately and signed with Portland as soon as he got bought out, which I'm glad. He's going to go finish his career back at home, and I don't think he'll ever leave again.
All right, I'm debating between two, and you can probably guess which one I'm debating. But I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. That's
Even
who
though
was thinking.
I love Jordan Love and I'm rooting for him. I mean, the Jets was a disaster. To get hurt on like the third play or whatever it was is pretty wild. And then he didn't do anything special with the Steelers. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. Plus, you could be a legend in Green Bay. You know what I mean? You could
absolutely.
be Wisconsin's favorite son for the rest of time as long as you don't burn the bridge.
He could do what Brett Favre didn't, and somehow he did exactly what Brett Favre did.
The same.
Almost exactly.
Except for Brett Favre won more.
He
That's
did.
why I picked.
Brett was still good.
I picked Aaron Rodgers over Brett Favre.
I think that's totally fair. All right, I will go with I'll go with another local tie, Mr. Dwayne Wade.
You didn't like Cleveland/Bulls,
Well,
Dwayne Wade?
Chicago Dwayne was not good. Great Miami player, has a lot of the same thing with Dame in Portland. And you know what Dwayne did so well was that he somehow survived the LeBron, Chris Bosh escapade. Not a debacle. They won 2 titles. They made 4 straight finals. But he stuck around and was still beloved after, and everyone was kind of saying, like, there's a real chance he's still the best player in Miami Heat history, even though LeBron was there.
Because he won before.
He won before also, absolutely right.
That's why. That's why he's beloved, is because he won before.
And like Dame, he did go back and finish his career in Miami.
You think Dame's done?
Well, I just think Dame's done leaving teams. I think he's going to play in Portland. I don't think he's going to play anywhere else. And Dwayne finished his career in Miami as well.
All right, recap.
Jake had the number 1 pick. You went Karl Malone, Jerry Rice, Emmitt Smith, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Aaron Rodgers. Ben went Michael Jordan, Joe Montana, Albert Pujols, Damian Lillard, and Dwayne Wade.
All right, what is our
That's a little bit of a different conversation than worst second stops, which we've done before.
Yeah,
I think that is a different conversation.
Just should have called it. Called it a career.
Yeah, I like that draft.
All right, next.
You guys were at the Titanic exhibit on Monday, so in honor of that, we're going to go movies based on historical events.
Okay, so there's a subtle difference here. It's not a period piece.
Correct.
So we were debating Titanic is based on actual events, even though there is kind of a nonfiction storyline, whereas...
But it would count, because the night of the Titanic sinking, I think, is enough of a specific basis.
Yeah, and the captain was the guy and all the stuff.
But the setting of Vietnam by itself is not enough.
Right. So we're saying Platoon wouldn't count because it's a total fictional story that just
Right.
happens to be set in a period.
Right. Same with Saving Private Ryan, etc. Yes, that's a historic event or
But it's a
era,
fictional story.
but it's not the real story.
Is there an automatic number one pick
I
here?
had one that immediately jumped out to me, and I think there was probably one that people would say, I don't know if it's a vote getter. I only have 7 on my draft board here because I think we're going to maybe go in different directions. At least I hope we are. Otherwise, I'm going to scramble.
Let's see. I'm debating between 2, but I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with Gettysburg.
Okay. I did not put it on my list. Salazar Lloyd told us a very funny story about his dad taking him to Gettysburg when he was like 12 years old. This is a really long movie.
What's his name from Major League is in it? Tom Berenger.
Yeah. It is. It's like
And
4 hours long.
Martin
right?
Sheen plays Robert E. Lee, and he's really good. I love Gettysburg. I love the book it's based on.
I watched it once. I should watch it again.
It's based on a book
pretty young when
called
I watched it.
The Killer Angels, which I would recommend.
All right. I'll go with Apollo 13, which is a great movie. And but my kids are old enough now. I think I could probably throw Apollo 13 on. Very good historical reenactment of obviously not quite as dramatic as they made it seem, but probably not a great few days up in space.
Man, I should really spread out. Well, I could probably get that later. You know, I'll go with the more recent one that I really liked. It wasn't the perfect movie, but I thought it was really good. And my grandfather worked for NASA. I will go with Hidden Figures.
Okay.
Told a really good story from a really good angle.
The African American women welcomed, or initially not welcomed in, as mathematicians in Apollo or in NASA, and then finally worked their way through. I actually have not seen it.
It's really good. I mean, like I said, there are parts of it that are kind of, I don't know, but it's good. It's worth a watch.
I'm going to take Lincoln, which again, what I love about the biopic Lincoln is it's not about Abraham Lincoln's full life, being born in a log cabin. It's about like 3 weeks trying to round up votes to pass, what amendment is it?
Oh, the 14th?
14th, 13th, whatever it was, to essentially put in motion the wheels to end slavery.
All right, let's see. So a lot of the ones I want
13th.
to, a lot of the ones I want to take are going to get me no votes whatsoever. Maybe I'll save those for later, considering you're not going to pick them. I really like this movie randomly because I didn't think I would, but I'm going to go with The King's Speech.
Okay. I think it won Best Picture, right?
It did win Best Picture, and it's surprising. Like you tell the story, like, oh, it's a king that has a lisp and he gets it fixed, and you're like, well, that sounds like a really boring
stutter.
movie. Or a stutter.
A little more dramatic.
That sounds like a boring movie, and it's really not. And in fact, what's his name?
Colin Firth?
No, the bad guy in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, Jeffrey Rush.
Jeffrey Rush. He's super good.
He's great in it.
And
yeah.
Helena Bottom Carter is also good in it. So anyway.
No, it's very watchable. Very watchable movie. I'm totally with you. Was it World War One?
It was post World War One, but it's his brother advocates the throne, and he has to step in, and he has all of a sudden has to be the king, and he's used to being in the shadows, and he can't speak publicly because of his stutter, and it's kind of a requirement of the king, and all that.
All right, I'm going to go with one of my favorite movies that gets really overlooked of the last 25 years. Christian, I bet you've never seen this, and you should watch it. The Insider. With Al Pacino and Russell Crowe about Jeffrey Wygant, who was a scientist for Big Tobacco who wanted to become a whistleblower, and Big Tobacco tried to keep him from going on 60 Minutes to release it. And with all the stuff that's going on right now at 60 Minutes and Barry Weiss, this is kind of the first fight for that at 60 Minutes, trying to get the truth out. And it's just a cool historical reenactment. Go see The Insider. Michael Mann. Great director.
Man, you're such a Mel Gibson guy. I'm surprised I'm getting this late. Braveheart.
Okay. William.
Which they took a lot of liberties with that story, but he was a real person.
Real person. William Wallace, a real person.
And that was a real Scottish revolt.
And really had probably one of the most unpleasant endings in human history. Really.
You know what? it started off a really bad trend in movies where for the next 5 years, every movie that came out was the goriest thing you've ever seen.
Correct.
But for Braveheart, it did work.
Yeah. It seemed to serve a purpose. Speaking of gory movies, but movies based on historical events, I'm going to go with another movie people should see. Christian, I would assume you've seen this one. Zodiac. About the Zodiac Killer by David Fincher, which is incredible.
All right, my last pick because we're way over. I want to pick another movie so badly, but it would never get me any votes. So I'm going to go Patton,
Okay.
which George C. Scott's performance is amazing.
Legendary.
And people don't even see Patton when they think about him. They see George C. Scott.
You're exactly right. Good pick. I'll go with more modern history. Some people hate this movie. I'll go Zero Dark 30. About capturing Bin Laden.
LeBron's social media blackout? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Capturing Bin Laden or killing Bin Laden.
My favorite World War II movie ever is A Bridge Too Far. If you've never seen it, you should, but like 10 people have seen it. So
Christian, recap?
Jake had the number one pick. He went Gettysburg, Hidden Figures, The King's Speech, Braveheart, and Patton. Ben went Apollo 13, Lincoln, The Insider, Zodiac, and Zero Dark 30.
I think most people would tell you All the President's Men is the best movie based on true historical events. Also, In Cold Blood, really good. In Cold Blood's very good.
I've never seen the movie. The book's awesome.
Yeah,
though.
book's incredible.
All right.
The movie's really good.
Stay tuned. We'll wrap it up next. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.